What's going on, everybody? Shane here with the Motorsports Almanac podcast again. Going to a different territory for us, even on the Motorsports Almanac. We're going way up into the Northeast, into New York and Vermont. Joined by Mr. Andre Bourdreau, Jason Bourdreau, Jacob St.Mary, Mr. Jim Lewis, and Joey St.Mary, all from up north there in the NYTPA group. Guys, thank y'all so much for jumping on with me here tonight.
Yep. Thank you for having us.
So let's just jump right into it. Mr. Andre, you guys had a really great season overall up there in Vermont and New York. You guys also showed a little muscle and went to Farley, Iowa and made the finals. Earlier this summer, you end up 5th in your qualifier and then 7th overall in the finals with the secret weapon. Just kind of talk to us about how your season went overall after that and everything else.
Well, we definitely had a good season this year. And we went to Farley and successfully had a good weekend, to run with those guys out there. Then we came home and we struggled a little bit at home. The New York tracks are not as good as Farley. We could see that, and so it was a little different. Jim drove the tractor some, and so there was learning. On these tractors, there's always something to learn with them. And I don't care if it's the conditions of the track, tire pressure, it's always something that we have to get together and always look at notes and put it together and then go from there.
Yeah.
Some days I look at it and it's a crapshoot.
I think that's everybody though, but you guys as a team had a very successful year. Jason, you ended up winning the 4-1 points this year, right?
Yes, I did.
Just kind of talk to us about that. I mean, that's kind of been a tractor that we've had our eye on up there with the roots that we know of that tractor. Just kind of talk to us about how everything's gone, what the learning curve's been, and potential plans for this winter.
So learning curves have been power to the track, tires, air pressure, setup. Jim Lewis drove the tractor with me this year. He did 4 or 5 pulls with it, and just had a successful year, and very happy with where we ended up for the season.
Yeah, you guys had a fantastic year. Mr. Jim Lewis, these guys have all told me the Joey St.Mary and Mr. Jacob and the Bordeaux as well. They've told me you're the heart and soul behind the engine work behind these machines. I can imagine you're a very busy man.
Yeah, it keeps you busy for sure. So it's been got real busy this year. With both the St. Mary's tractor pretty much coming on board. Not that the walking tall, I was always heavily involved in that with Travis owned it. So that really didn't go anywhere other than Joey was a little more on the ball and getting it out and running it more. But yeah, it's pretty busy, especially when I'm pretty sure Jason missed the first hook of the season, and Andre made that one, but then Andre went on a 5-hook hiatus.
Yeah.
And then there was a few times there. I think Hemlock, I drove both of them, and Boonville maybe somewhere
Boonville
too.
Did as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty busy. Pretty busy.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that you're an engine builder for the majority of the NYTPA guys up there as a whole, right?
Well, I wouldn't say a majority of them, but yeah, we've got a pretty tight-knit group.
Completely understandable. And then obviously we have Jacob St.Mary and Mr. Joey St.Mary. 4th generation, the eye-catching gold super farm. Man, I think you turned a lot of heads with that thing last year at Keystone. And then Mr. Joey St.Mary, the walking tall, or the old walking tall 4-1, now Cowboys Cadillac. And as Mr. Jim Lewis mentioned, it used to be owned by Mr. McKnight up there in New York.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was one of those tractors that has always been one of my favorites. Me and Travis go way back. Doing business with him. Not only that, we've been friends for a long time. And when I had the opportunity, Travis decided he bought Smoke and Mirrors, and Yes.
Okay.
And so when he gave me the opportunity, he always promised me, give me an opportunity to buy the tractor and come up for sale. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get it done with him. So yeah, I listen. He was very gracious and helped me get through it. And then I'm just hey, it's kind of a it's a dream here to come true for me. We're like I said, this is our first year into this level of pulling, and only our second year pulling period. And to have us be here amongst these gentlemen. But I got to give all the credit to Jim. I mean, he was he's very good at what he does. And I'm just thankful to be part of his crew. I can tell you.
Yeah. I find that really interesting now because I kind of lost track of Smoke and Mirrors. I know that he was running a different tractor this year. I know he was running alcohol, but we've all kind of been wondering like what was going to become of it. And if you're allowed to say, if you can't, that's fine. But do you have any idea of like what they're going to do with it?
I'm not saying if Jim wants to answer that, he can, but I don't want to answer that.
It's probably will be coming back out, but it will be probably just one turbo on it.
Just one turbo. Okay. Makes all the sense in the world. But Jacob, we got to talk about your success this year too, bud. Kind of explain to me what goes on with the Super Farm class up there in New York, because I've heard that mod turbos run together with Super Farms, and I think there's something else.
It is a joint class. It is a joint class because there's not enough of both by themselves to make it a full card for, like I would say there's a split class. It's 6 and 6 or 7 and 7. So it was tough to sell the class with only 6 or 7 tractors showing up. So they combined the class and they try to fit the rules to where both tractors are within each other in distances. And so this year we had a lot of success. My tractor performed very well, very happy with Jim's work over the season, and just came up a little bit short behind a mod turbo. But hey, that's pulling, man.
So they don't even separate y'all's points. They legitimately run you guys as combined together.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
okay.
The true Super Farms in the class that we really have to be competitive and stay on top of it, because I mean them guys, it's a totally different tractor them guys have. So to compete with them is just a win in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got to talk about it. We kind of rolled the predictions video before we got rolling here on the interview. 3 out of the 4 of you guys have applied for Farm Show this year. What does Farm Show come to mean to you guys as pullers, especially being, I don't want to say rookie-ish to it, but Andre, you guys have been there before.
Yeah. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, right? You run against the best of the best, and a lot of people looking at you, and you found me, because you've been watching. Also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jason,
and it'd be nice to go back again.
Yeah. Jason, what about you? What does it mean for you to go?
It's a dream come true. I think any puller's dream is to someday end up in Louisville. And, if you can make it there and compete with those guys, that's the best of the best. It's like Farley. So, if we get accepted and we get a chance to go out there, we'd be really grateful and very happy to get there and run with the guys that you've always, watched on TV or went to polls to watch or whatever, so it's a real dream come true.
Absolutely. And the St. Mary's, Jacob, I can only imagine what it means to you being on the younger side, especially.
Yeah, so me and my father have been a couple of times to watch. We've been to the Farm Show to watch a few times, and just the atmosphere and the experience just to be there in the stands is unreal. And I couldn't imagine being in the seat, So we're hopefully gonna get accepted, and to be my first year actually being serious in the polling. I should say being serious. I mean, I pulled farm stock for a couple years, and like I said, we had a hot farm. But the first year in a tractor of this setting and a tractor of this caliber, it being the first year and coming out like we did and having the success we had, it'll all be just a dream come true to be down there and compete on that level at such a young age. So hopefully many more years to come to do it and have the opportunity to do it. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you guys, I've got 3 4 1 pullers here. What do you guys think about the addition of Grand National to NCPA, is that going to intrigue you guys to kind of come down and run in the Grand National side of things? Or you guys, what y'all's plans there, you think?
That part's going to be hard of our business, all of ours. We're all busy year round, but there's not saying that we wouldn't break away and go to a high end pull like Bowling Green if they have the 4-1s. I think every one of us would go to Bowling Green.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be super farms like back in the 2012s again, where they had like 70 something of them up there one year.
Yeah.
There'll be a whole bunch of you guys, that's for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. Jim, I can only imagine what this is like for you as an engine builder, right? You've got your hands in these engines all summer long and even drove a couple of them, helped them get to the points championship to where they are. I don't want to say how nervous does it make you for the wintertime if they do get in, but how much more stress on your shoulders is that going to put for you?
It's we've all talked about it. If all three gets in, it's going to be a very busy winter. That's for sure. I don't know if, not really sure if we will or not. We all hope so, but it's going to be. We've already got things in motion on all three of them. Kind of planning ahead because you don't want to wait till middle of December then start. So we're already moving forward with all that stuff, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well,
Especially if all three of them get in.
So, yeah, you're going to be a very busy man in a hurry if that's the case.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
let's kind of circle back. We talked before we got rolling here as well. Kind of get everybody's starts in the pulling world here. St. Mary's, you guys have told me, Jacob, you talked about you pulled in farm stocks and hot farms up there. And then Mr. Joey, you said that 4-1's the first thing that you've really drove in a really long time.
Yeah. Like I said, the tractor, the hot farm tractor that we have, I drove it one time for my son, but I kind of bought it for him, built it for him, he actually, I got to give him the credit. Jim, him and my mechanic here at the shop, they threw that together and did very, very well. But when I had the opportunity to get with Jim, I seized the moment, and because I know what he's capable of, and I've seen the success with Walking Tall and with Andre. So when we got the chance to be in Jim's shop, I said we got to make this work, and Jim's been very gracious. He's a gentleman, and I'm just thankful to be a part of his crew. I mean, and they took us on, but yeah, as far as the 4-1, we're driving it. Jim is a good coach. I feel that a lot of my success this year was because of him helping me, and I'll be honest with you, not only Jim, Travis, but those guys over there, Andre, and a couple of other guys. They even though we're competing, they were very gracious in trying to help me make it work. And obviously, me and Andre were kind of neck and neck all season. It started out with me and Jason right in the lead there for a while, but by God, that Andre pulled it in from the back end there and he got her done. Yeah, it's exciting. I listen. I can't get over this 4-1 crew up here and how gracious these guys are and gentlemen they are. And I mean, everybody's rooting for each other, and just our families have become really close. And I'm just thankful to be a part of it. I don't know what to say other than that. I said. And believe it or not, I mean, this is a dream. I mean, this is a lifelong dream for me. I never dreamed I could be here, but we're here, and I'm just so thankful for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Jacob, talk to me about this hot farm. Like, what does a hot farm look like up in New York? Is it your same 510 cubic inch hot farm like we have down here in my neck of the woods?
It's a 466 cube.
Okay.
3x3 charger. Nothing fancy, water injection, it's nothing fancy, no intercoolers, nothing like that. It's just, just good, honest, fun tractor, pretty relatively cheap to build, depending on how extent you want to go to. But I bought it as a farm stock, and then I ran it a couple years as a farm stock, had a lot of fun with it, but always wanted to go more. So we made the jump, went to the hot farm, to New York Hot Farm Series. Ran it, I think, 2 years in that. And then we actually took the 2024 season off while
Okay.
Jim had his hands in my gold tractor for the season.
Your old
Um,
one.
Yep. We actually my gold tractor actually was a local tractor as well as a true super farm. We bought it in a farm auction, a machinery auction, and like I said, and then we gave it to Jim. Jim tore it down, and we started pretty much from scratch. I mean, the only thing original on that tractor at this point is the block and frame rails.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I mean it was a good tractor in its day, but just they never really updated much from the time they built it. So we bought it and the tractor was just outdated, and we just put the time and the effort and got it to where it is today. Which is like I said, hats off to Jim because he put us in got the right stuff in it. He did the research and put his spin on what he thought should be in it, and it turned out to be quite the machine.
Yes, it did for sure. So you said it was a super farm and it's before you guys even had it.
Yeah.
Whose was it before that?
It was Dragoons. It was Red Dog. It was Red Dog 2. That was the name of the tractor. It was Dragoons Farm Equipment up here in Moores, New York.
Okay. So Red Dog 2. So is that any relation at all to Bledsoe back in the day?
No, that was totally separate. The Red Dog tractor is RJ Dennison's
Denison?
tractor. That's
Okay.
and that's still out. They converted to a 4.1 this year as well.
Oh, so the black and white one, right?
Yep.
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 Okay. That makes all. So he's also got a super farm with the newer Magnum hood on, doesn't he?
That was used to be Henry Everman's super farm and for 1466, and then they put the Magnum sheet metal on it, and then this year they converted that one to 4.1 as well.
Okay. So 4.1, from what I'm gathering here, is really the excelling class up there.
Yes.
It has grown a lot.
So what does that do? So what about like stuff like light pro stock and where's a couple of the other classes? You said mod turbos up there. Just what else is really up there? Because we were also talking about this like on YouTube, you don't really see much from you guys up there in NYTPA at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. There's the super class is kind of a little bit of everything. There's a weight differential for alcohol supers versus diesel supers, and then there's the pro stocks are as well, and that's where like Chris Cameroni pulls in, is in the super stock class
Okay.
at 9,000 pounds.
Okay.
So
So he
there's
actually gains weight then.
yes,
Okay.
Yep.
And he was this year's super stock champion, right?
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then we got the modified class, which is struggling, and then we got pretty good 2-wheel drive class and a 4-wheel drive gas class that's been coming up and coming.
So you guys are really on the upswing. So kind of more in tune with how we are down here than I was really kind of wondering about. Just because I see how much is mixed together, but there's a lot of older super stocks that I've watched as a kid up there now. I think 20 Mule Team's there still, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Everman still run up there every weekend, don't they?
Yep. They bounce back between us and ESP, but yes.
I gotcha. Absolutely. So we talked about kind of the history of how the St. Mary's got to pull in. Andre and Jason, takes us up to you. You sent me a picture of an old, I think it was a 6030 that you ran for a long time.
Yeah, we put that together, and I bought that in 2011 and growed it from there. And it was just a regular farm stock tractor I bought out of Wisconsin, and I just grew it from there. As far as add the cage and the power plant and all that kind of stuff. And before that, we were always pulling the farm tractor out of here. We take the 8410 out of the farm and soup it up and take it to the track. And there was a lot of competition back then, but we decided to get my own and stay with it, and so we could play with it every weekend and not have to take it apart. So
That was absolutely Jason. I've got to ask you what made you're the lone red guy out of this entire group that's here. Well, no, not really. Red 4-1. I thought about it
4-1.
before I actually said it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What made you go
So-
red?
So at home, everything we had was red. My cousin Rainey, when he started pulling, he started with the 1466, and then he went to the overdraft tractor of Andy Clark's. He went to the 4-1.
Ah, okay. I know that one pretty
And
well.
So when in 2000 and middle of 2000s, early 2000s, I started out pulling my dad's corn planting tractor, an MX 120. And that kind of got the blood flowing for it. And one year I snuck our Magnum tractor out and threw a set of injectors in that and was pulling it out of the shed, and my dad caught me. And that was a 1 year that was a 1 year stint. He made sure that was never going to happen again. So I think it was probably a few years after that I pulled my street legal pickup truck until we grenaded that, and then I bought the high idle tractor from Daryl Carpenter
Okay.
from Arthur, Illinois. I pulled that up until 2022, and then I bought the one bad apple tractor from Brian Deck.
Yeah.
And
that was
and
one
then we went to the
legendary tractor you
4-1
got
class.
hold of.
Huh?
Said that's a legendary tractor you got your hands on there.
It is. And we redid all the sheet metal on that, Chaos did. And then we started working with Jimmy. And Jimmy's taken it and ran with it. And as you can see, been very successful working with Jimmy. And, it definitely would not be where it's at today without Jimmy Lewis.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him and everything he's done for me in the last few years. And, I also want to put a thank you out there to Jimmy and Travis McKnight and Tyler and Nick Audette for getting this 4-1 class rolling for the NYTPA. I don't think it would be here today without those handful of guys. They got this class rolling, and it's definitely the biggest class in NYTPA now.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I've been gathering here the whole time. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the Audettes up there, seeing them down at Farm Show a few times, and now you guys have come on too. How many 4-1s are we looking at in a class in a weekend up there?
I would say we average probably 10.
Okay.
Sometimes we had a lot more, and there was a few pulls we went to that there was less attendance.
The West guys came, that sometimes there were more than 10.
Yeah, there was one pull we went to, I think was 14 or 15 of us.
Yeah.
In Greenwich.
So
Yeah.
is there that many just hiding around up there, kind of?
Yeah. Yeah, they come out for sure.
I like it. I didn't realize that there was that many 4-1s in New York. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
it's a really good class.
I think a lot of guys are going to that class because the rule set is very straightforward, and there's no combined tractors in a class. It's 4-1 class and the 4-1 class, and guys like that. I mean, like I said, my super farm class, a lot of guys are shying away from it because of the combined class. A lot of guys don't like that, and I understand why. And the same thing with the super stock class. I mean, the guys in the combined tractors want, there's always a fight between, I shouldn't say a fight. There's always that animosity between combining classes and combining tractors,
what, the diesel and alcohol is not liking to run together?
You get your,
Let Jim answer that.
I know what it is. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh man. So there is one. Is there how many pro stocks are up there in NYTPA? I know Horton's got one. I don't know of another one up there. Is there?
There's Code Red. He's kind of out of with the Hortons there. He travels with them a lot. Ken Jameson, he's a pro stock. There's the Old Black Witch. Is a pro stock as well. It pulls. But
We have a new
Brian McNeil came out with one this year.
Brian McNeil brought a 5.0 pro.
Oh, so no, that's the one that Hollins had at one point. He hooked it in Nashville, Illinois at the end of the year, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. So now is it coming back up there and he's going to run up there with you guys?
He's pulls. He's very busy too, like everybody else. He does not hit all the pulls, but he hit a handful of them this year.
Okay. So it's been running around up there all year long then.
Yes. He came to the
Okay.
first pull of the year, but unfortunately got rained out, and then he hit probably a handful.
Yep. So let's kind of talk about y'all's association NYTPA for a minute. If I'm just a casual fan coming up from Kentucky, what are some of the events that you guys would tell me to put on my calendar to make sure I'm there for?
Addison benefit poll.
For sure. At the end of the year, the Vanderwerts put on a benefit poll in the Addison County
Phenomenal.
benefit poll, and that's
But
excellent.
what a way to end the season. Huh? I mean that's top notch, top tier in my book there, and then probably Greenwich. Huh?
Greenwich.
Greenwich would be the other one.
Yep. Whitney Point's a good hook. A lot of people there. Scaticoke's nice track. There's several good events around.
Okay.
There's can't think of all of them right now, but
Definitely.
there's definitely some good hooks in New York.
I got to throw in my hometown here in Craig County. I was a director at the fairgrounds here for 12 years and kind of got the pulling on the NY level anyway back or here. We got them and built the track for them, so we got track of the year, second year in. That's one of my highlights because it's my hometown. But I mean, pretty decent track there too.
Yeah, absolutely. But you guys, I want to say thank you to every one of you guys for jumping on here with us here at Miller Sports Almanac. We always enjoy doing interviews like this in the off season. Not a lot going on for us right now. I'm trying to get ready to head to the Farm Show Prediction Show. But for the 3 out of the 4 of you that applied, I wish you guys luck. And hopefully we'll see you at the big dance here in February.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Jim, keep up the hard work, my friend. Mr. Andre and Jason, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.